We all went through school, sat in classrooms for hours, memorized facts, and worked on assignments to get good grades. But here's a question: did you ever learn how to manage your money in school? Sure, we learned how to calculate math problems, write essays, and memorize historical dates, but when it came to handling money, building wealth, and understanding financial freedom, most of us were left in the dark. The truth is, our education system barely touches on the financial skills that are absolutely crucial in the real world. And, because of that, millions of people end up making costly financial mistakes in their adult lives, mistakes that could have been avoided if we had been taught the real-life money lessons we needed. In this video, we're going to dive deep into 5 things they don't teach you about money in school, and trust me, these are things that can completely change how you approach your financial life. If you want to understand why so many people struggle financially, and how you can avoid those pitfalls, stay tuned. This is the kind of information they should be teaching in school, but they're not, so let's talk about it now. Step 1, the importance of financial literacy, why schools fail to teach us money basics. Let's get real for a moment. How many times have you sat through a history class or a science lesson and thought to yourself, how is this going to help me pay my bills or manage my finances? We spend years in school learning subjects that don't directly prepare us for the challenges we face in the adult world, especially when it comes to money. The first thing they don't teach you in school about money is financial literacy. And without it, you're at a huge disadvantage. What do I mean by financial literacy? Simply put, it's the ability to understand and make decisions about your finances, whether that's budgeting, saving, investing, managing debt, or planning for your future. These are the skills that shape your financial reality, and yet, most schools don't focus on them. Think about it, you graduate from high school or college, and suddenly you're expected to know how to manage credit cards, understand taxes, or even figure out how to create a budget that works for you. But you're not taught any of this in class. Instead, you get a diploma and are sent out into the world with very little financial know-how. What schools don't teach you is that financial literacy is the foundation of financial freedom. If you're not equipped with the knowledge to manage your money wisely, you're setting yourself up for financial struggles. It's no surprise that many people end up in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, or failing to save for their future, because they simply weren't taught how to handle their finances. So, what do you need to know to be financially literate? Let's break it down. 1. Budgeting. The ability to create a budget is essential. Without it, you won't know where your money is going or how to prioritize your spending. Creating a budget helps you track your income and expenses and ensures that you're not overspending or neglecting important areas like savings or debt repayment. Yet, this basic skill is something most of us learn by trial and error, rather than in a classroom. 2. Understanding credit and debt. Most schools don't teach you about credit scores, interest rates, or how to use credit responsibly. And this is critical because without understanding how debt works, you could easily fall into the trap of accumulating high-interest debt that's difficult to pay off. 3. Investing and wealth building. Another thing that's missing from the typical school curriculum is investing. Schools rarely teach you about stocks, bonds, retirement accounts, or real estate, the tools that can help you grow your wealth over time. And without this knowledge, you're more likely to miss opportunities to make your money work for you. 4. Taxes and financial planning. Taxes are a part of life, but they're not something we spend much time learning about in school. Understanding how taxes affect your income, the importance of tax deductions, and the basics of retirement planning are essential to building a secure financial future. But if you don't know the first thing about taxes, you're at a disadvantage when it comes to maximizing your income and saving for the future. 5. Emergency savings. Financial literacy isn't just about managing your money when things are going well, it's also about preparing for the unexpected. Having an emergency savings fund is crucial to protect yourself against financial setbacks, yet many people live without this safety net. Why? Because they weren't taught how to save for emergencies in school. Here's the truth, financial literacy is a lifelong skill that goes beyond learning simple facts and figures. It's about understanding how money works in the real world, how to make smart decisions, and how to take control of your financial future. Unfortunately, the education system doesn't provide this knowledge, and that's why so many people struggle when they hit adulthood. So, what's the solution? Start learning about financial literacy today. It's not something you'll get from school, but it's something you can build on your own. The good news is, you don't have to be a financial expert to take control of your finances, you just need to start by taking small steps. Here's something to think about: what would your financial situation look like today if you had learned the basics of financial literacy in school? Would you have avoided debt or started saving earlier? Imagine the difference it could have made. But, financial literacy is just the beginning. There's much more to the story, and in the next step, I'll reveal something else they don't teach you about money in school that can completely change your approach to personal finances. You won't want to miss this. Step 2, the truth about debt: it's not just what you owe, it's how you manage it. Now that we've established the importance of financial literacy, let's dive into something that is often misunderstood: debt. Most people are taught that debt is bad. You borrow money, you owe money, and you pay it back with interest. That's the basic idea we get from society, right? But here's the thing: they don't teach you the full picture about debt in school. They don't explain the difference between good debt and bad debt. And, more importantly, they don't teach you how to leverage debt to build wealth. Let's break this down. What is debt, really? On the surface, debt is simply borrowing money with the promise to pay it back, usually with interest. But not all debt is created equal. In fact, debt can be one of the most powerful tools in your financial arsenal, if you know how to use it wisely. Schools generally don't teach you about the power of leverage. What they don't tell you is that good debt, used in strategic ways, can help you increase your wealth and achieve financial independence. On the flip side, bad debt, such as high-interest credit card debt or payday loans, can sink your finances and keep you stuck in a cycle of payments with little to show for it. So, what's the difference between good and bad debt? Let's take a closer look. 1. Good debt. This is debt used to invest in something that has the potential to increase in value or generate income. For example, taking out a mortgage to buy a house or a loan to start a business can be seen as good debt because you're leveraging that debt to create future wealth. The key here is that the investment should increase in value or generate passive income that can cover the cost of the debt. A good example would be student loans. Yes, student loans can be daunting, but the value of the education you receive is meant to help you land a higher-paying job and increase your earning potential. If you use that degree to build a career that allows you to pay off the loan and accumulate wealth, it's considered good debt. 2. Bad debt. This is debt that is used to purchase things that depreciate in value or don't generate any return. Examples include buying expensive clothes on a credit card, taking out loans for vacations, or using credit cards to pay for things you can't afford. Bad debt is the kind of debt that can trap you, leaving you with monthly payments and no tangible asset to show for it. High-interest credit card debt is the most common form of bad debt. You purchase something on a credit card, and the interest charges pile up, making it harder to pay off the balance. And when you don't pay it off quickly, those interest payments add up, eating into your finances and leaving you with nothing of lasting value. So, why isn't this taught in school? Well, the truth is, schools often don't address the emotional aspect of debt either. Many people are taught that debt is bad, and that's all they know. But the reality is that if you understand how to use debt strategically, it can be an asset. The problem is, most people don't learn to manage debt effectively, and without that knowledge, they end up using it in ways that harm their financial future. Let me give you a simple analogy. Imagine you're a business owner. You need a loan to buy inventory for your store, but you know that once you sell the inventory, you'll make a profit that will cover the loan and give you extra income. In this case, the loan is not a burden, it's a tool to grow your business. That's the power of using debt correctly. But imagine if you used that loan to buy a new car instead. Now, you're stuck paying off a car loan that's only depreciating in value, with no way to generate income from that debt. This is where schools fail us. They don't teach us the power of using debt wisely. And let's face it, most schools don't even talk about how to build credit responsibly, which is essential for accessing good debt in the first place. If you don't know how to use your credit card or take out loans in a responsible way, you could easily end up accumulating bad debt that haunts you for years. Now, let's pause for a moment and ask this: how much of your current debt could be categorized as good debt versus bad debt? Are there any areas where you could potentially use debt more strategically to improve your financial situation? These are important questions, and they will play a huge role in helping you break free from the financial traps that so many people fall into. In the next step, we're going to talk about something that schools never teach you: how to make your money work for you through smart investing. But before we get there, think about this: how can you use the knowledge of good and bad debt to improve your financial future right now? Think about that as we move on. Step 3: Investing isn't just for the rich. How to make your money work for you. If you're like most people, you've probably heard the term investing tossed around, but how many times did your teachers actually sit down and explain what investing really is and how to do it? The answer is likely none. Schools often skip over investing, and as a result, many people go through life without understanding one of the most powerful tools for building wealth: investing. Here's the reality: investing isn't just for the rich, it's for anyone who wants to take control of their financial future. The sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. The problem is, most schools fail to teach how to invest, and as a result, people miss out on the opportunity to build wealth over time. Let's break down the basics of investing and why it's so important. 1. Investing versus saving. Most of us are taught the importance of saving money, but there's a major difference between saving and investing. Saving money means putting it aside for future use, often in low-interest accounts like savings accounts or certificates of deposit. While saving is important for short-term goals and emergencies, it's investing that helps your money grow over time. When you invest, you're putting your money into assets that have the potential to increase in value, like stocks, real estate, or mutual funds. Over time, these investments can earn returns, profits that grow your initial investment. In other words, your money starts working for you. Let me give you an example. Let's say you invest $1,000 in the stock market and earn a 7% return every year. After 10 years, that initial $1,000 has grown to about $1,967. If you just saved that money, you'd likely still have $1,000, with little or no growth. This simple principle, making your money work for you, is one that schools don't teach. It's not just about saving your way to financial freedom, it's about investing your money in ways that generate returns and increase your wealth over time. 2. Compounding returns. One of the most powerful aspects of investing is the concept of compound interest, the ability of your investment to grow exponentially as you reinvest the earnings it generates. Compound interest means that not only are you earning money on your initial investment, but you're also earning money on the returns that investment generates. Think about this: if you invest $1,000 in a stock that earns 10% annually, after 1 year, you have $1,100. The next year, that 10% return will be calculated on the $1,100, not just the original $1,000. As time passes, this compounding effect can snowball, allowing your money to grow much faster than if it were sitting in a savings account. Compound interest is often referred to as the eighth wonder of the world because of its ability to turn relatively small investments into large sums over time. But schools don't teach you how to take advantage of this principle, which is why many people miss out on the opportunity to build long-term wealth. 3. The power of starting early. The key to successful investing is time. The earlier you start, the more time your investments have to grow. Unfortunately, many people don't start investing until later in life, sometimes because they weren't taught the importance of investing early on. By the time they realize how much they could have made, it's often too late. Here's an example. if two people each invested $5,000 at the age of 25 and received a 7% return on their investment, person A invests for 40 years, while person B only invests for 20 years. Even though person B invested the same amount, person A will have significantly more money because of the extra 20 years of compound interest. Starting early is key to leveraging the power of compound interest, and yet schools don't often teach students the importance of starting to invest as soon as possible. It's something that most of us have to figure out on our own, or rely on advice from others who understand the power of early investing. 4. Types of investments. Another thing that schools fail to teach is the different types of investments available and how to choose the right ones for your financial goals. Let's take a look at a few common types of investments. Stocks. When you buy a stock, you're essentially buying a small piece of a company. Stocks have the potential for high returns, but they also come with higher risk, as the value of a stock can fluctuate based on the company's performance and market conditions. Bonds. Bonds are a form of loan made to a corporation or government entity. They typically offer lower returns than stocks, but they also come with less risk. They are a good option for people who are looking for stable, predictable returns. Mutual funds. These are collections of stocks, bonds, or other assets, managed by professionals. They allow you to diversify your investments and spread out the risk, but they also come with management fees. Real estate. Investing in property can be a great way to build wealth. Whether it's buying a rental property or investing in real estate investment trusts, REITs, real estate can offer both income and long-term appreciation. While schools teach us about the basics of economics and business, they rarely delve into these specific types of investments and how to make them work for you. Without this knowledge, it's easy to feel intimidated by the idea of investing, and many people shy away from it altogether. But the truth is, investing is accessible to everyone, and the sooner you start, the better. 5. The risk of not investing. Lastly, schools rarely teach students about the risks of not investing. In fact, many people who don't invest may think they're being safe with their money, but the reality is, by not investing, you're actually losing money. Inflation erodes the value of cash over time. For example, $100 today will not be worth $100 in 10 or 20 years because inflation increases the cost of goods and services over time. If your money is sitting in a savings account earning little to no interest, you're effectively losing purchasing power. This is why investing isn't just for the rich, it's something everyone needs to consider if they want to stay ahead of inflation and grow their wealth. At the end of the day, the secret to investing is understanding it, taking small steps, and starting as early as possible. But what's the best way to start? How can you get comfortable with the idea of investing? Stay tuned, because in the next step, we'll explore how to start investing with as little as $100, and how you can begin to build your wealth today, even if you don't have a lot of money to start. Step 4. Building multiple streams of income. Why relying on one job isn't enough. Let's be real. Relying on a single paycheck is one of the most outdated and risky ways to approach your financial future. Yet, this is what most schools teach us: get a job, work hard, and make sure you save enough for retirement. And that's it. Simple, right? But here's the problem: they don't teach you about the importance of creating multiple streams of income. What's fascinating is that the rich often have multiple sources of income, and it's one of the primary reasons they stay wealthy. Billionaires, millionaires, and even successful middle-class individuals know that having only one income stream, usually from a job, is risky. What happens if you lose your job, or if the industry you work in starts to decline? Without a backup plan, your financial stability can crumble. So, what exactly is a stream of income? Simply put, it's money that you receive regularly from different sources. Instead of relying solely on your paycheck, you have multiple sources of revenue that work together to help you reach your financial goals faster. Here's how you can start thinking about it. 1. The power of diversification. Diversifying your income streams is just like diversifying your investments. By spreading your income sources across different areas, you reduce risk and increase the potential for wealth. If one stream dries up, you still have others to fall back on. For example, investing in real estate, starting a side business, earning passive income from investments, or doing freelance work can all serve as multiple streams of income. Even a small blog or YouTube channel that generates ad revenue can eventually contribute to your income. Think about it this way: instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, relying on your investment income, this includes dividends from stocks, bonds, rental income from properties, and any profits made from buying and selling assets like real estate or stocks. Passive income: this is money that comes in regularly without much effort on your part. Examples include royalties from books, affiliate marketing, or income from a product you've created that continues to sell. While it may require work up front, passive income can keep flowing without much ongoing effort. Side income: this could come from freelance work, tutoring, or gig economy jobs like driving for Uber or delivering for DoorDash. Side income can be a great way to start building additional streams of income without quitting your full-time job. 2. The gig economy: opportunities beyond your day job. One of the greatest things about today's digital world is the explosion of the gig economy. You no longer have to be confined to a traditional 9-to-5 job. The rise of freelancing and online businesses has created an entirely new world of income opportunities. In fact, millions of people worldwide are now earning money outside of their main job through platforms like Etsy, Fiverr, Upwork, and others. There are plenty of ways to turn your hobbies or skills into an income stream. Do you have a passion for photography? You could sell your photos on stock websites. Are you good at writing? You could offer freelance copywriting or content creation services. There are countless opportunities for people to make money outside of their main job, and the best part is you can start small and scale up over time. So why isn't this taught in schools? Schools focus on preparing you for a single career path, often overlooking the idea that you don't have to rely solely on one income. They don't explain that creating additional income streams can provide more financial security and open the door to financial independence. 3. Passive income: making money while you sleep. One of the most powerful types of income is passive income, and this is something that schools rarely touch on. Passive income is money that you earn with little to no effort once the initial work is done. Real estate rentals, investments, and royalties are all forms of passive income that can continue to generate revenue without requiring you to put in active work every day. But here's the catch: creating passive income streams takes time, effort, and investment upfront. For example, renting out a property requires an initial investment, whether you're buying the property or fixing it up. But once that property is rented, it can provide you with a regular income each month, without you having to work for it constantly. Another form of passive income is dividends from stocks. When you own shares in a company that pays dividends, you earn money periodically just for owning those shares. But how do you get started with passive income? Well, most people don't even know where to begin, and schools don't teach them about how to create these types of income streams. The first step is to learn about the different ways to earn passive income, and the second step is to start with small investments. Over time, these streams can snowball and provide a significant source of income. 4. Creating financial freedom. Multiple streams of income are key to achieving financial freedom. The more streams you have, the less reliant you become on any single source. This is critical because financial freedom is about having the ability to live your life on your terms, without worrying about the next paycheck. Imagine being able to quit your job if you wanted to because you have enough passive and side income coming in to cover your living expenses. That's the power of multiple income streams. You can work when and how you want, and you can build wealth without being tied to one source of income. Now, you might be thinking, how can you start creating multiple streams of income if you're already working a full-time job? Don't worry, we'll talk about that next in the final step, and I'll give you some practical tips for getting started. But first, let me ask you this: which income stream could you start today? Whether it's a side hustle, investing in stocks, or finding ways to earn passive income, you can start creating additional streams of income right now. So, how will you take the first step toward financial freedom? Step 5. Understanding the importance of financial education, why you need to keep learning. One of the biggest mistakes schools make is not teaching us how to manage money for the long term. Most schools fail to provide any kind of financial education that empowers students to take control of their financial future. Sure, you might have learned about basic math, like how to calculate interest or balance a checkbook, but they didn't teach you how to invest, manage debt, or plan for the future. This lack of financial education leaves many people ill-prepared to handle the complexities of personal finance as they enter adulthood. The reality is, financial literacy is one of the most important skills you can have. The good news is, it's never too late to start learning. Understanding personal finance isn't just about knowing how to save or invest money, it's about understanding how money works and how you can use it to build wealth, create opportunities, and secure your future. Unfortunately, most people aren't taught these skills in school, and that's why many end up struggling with debt, poor credit scores, and financial insecurity later in life. So, where do you start? 1. Start with the basics of personal finance. To build a solid financial foundation, you need to understand the basics. Start by learning the core principles of budgeting, saving, investing, and debt management. These are the building blocks of financial literacy. Once you understand how money works at a basic level, you can begin to dive deeper into more advanced topics like tax strategies, real estate investing, and retirement planning. Budgeting is the foundation. You need to know exactly where your money is going each month and be able to prioritize your spending. If you don't know how to manage your expenses, it's difficult to save and invest. Saving is crucial because it creates a financial cushion for emergencies and future goals. Without saving, you'll find yourself constantly living paycheck to paycheck. Investing is how you make your money grow over time. This is where many people get stuck. Learning about the stock market, mutual funds, real estate, and other investment vehicles can help you make smart decisions about growing your wealth. Debt management is just as important as saving. Too many people end up trapped in credit card debt, student loans, or car payments. Understanding how to manage your debt wisely will ensure you don't get caught in a cycle of financial struggle. Once you have these basics down, you can start exploring advanced strategies that can accelerate your wealth-building efforts. 2. Learn to invest like the pros. While many schools don't teach about investing, there's a wealth of resources available to those who are motivated to learn. The stock market, real estate, and other forms of investment have the potential to significantly increase your wealth over time. The key to success in investing is learning how to manage risk, choose the right investments for your goals, and be patient. Reading books, attending seminars, and watching videos on personal finance are great ways to expand your knowledge. There's no shortage of information available to help you become a better investor. But the truth is, if you want to build wealth, investing is something you cannot ignore. Some great starting points for learning about investing include reading books by Warren Buffett, Robert Kiyosaki, or Tony Robbins. These experts have written extensively about building wealth and investing wisely. Taking online courses on platforms like Udemy or Coursera. Many of these courses are affordable and can teach you the basics of investing in a structured way. Watching finance YouTube channels or following blogs that provide in-depth tutorials on how to invest. These can help you gain practical insights and strategies. The more you learn about investing, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions with your money. And remember, it doesn't take a lot of money to start investing. You can begin with as little as $50 to $100, and over time, that investment can grow substantially. 3. Understand your mindset around money. A huge part of financial education is understanding your mindset about money. How you view money greatly influences how you manage it. If you've been taught to see money as something scarce or something that's hard to come by, it might be time to rethink your perspective. The scarcity mindset leads people to hoard money or avoid taking any risks, which in turn limits their ability to build wealth. On the other hand, the abundance mindset is about seeing opportunities and understanding that there is enough money for everyone. People with an abundance mindset are willing to take calculated risks, invest in their future, and pursue financial freedom. Overcoming negative beliefs about money can take time, but it's essential for building a prosperous future. Once you start to shift your mindset toward abundance, you'll start to see money as a tool that you can use to improve your life and achieve your goals. 4. Don't be afraid to ask for help. One thing that schools often fail to teach us is that we don't have to do everything on our own. There's a wealth of financial professionals who can help guide you on your path to financial literacy. From financial advisors to accountants to online communities and mentors, there are plenty of resources available to help you make better money decisions. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. The more you learn from others, the faster you can improve your financial situation. And with the right knowledge and guidance, you'll be better equipped to make smart, informed financial decisions. So, here's the million-dollar question: are you ready to take control of your financial future? If you start learning about money, investing, and creating multiple streams of income now, you'll be on your way to financial freedom in no time. And remember, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep and how well you manage it. Conclusion. We've uncovered 5 critical things that schools never teach about money, and it's time for you to take action. Financial freedom isn't a far-off dream, it's something you can work toward every day with the right mindset, education, and strategies. The reality is, if you want to build wealth, you have to invest in learning and applying the principles of personal finance. It's never too late to start, and the best part? You don't have to do it alone. Whether it's learning how to invest, building multiple streams of income, or diving into financial education, the resources are out there for you. Now, ask yourself, what's the first step you're going to take today to build a more secure financial future for yourself? If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more personal finance tips, and leave a comment below about the financial topic you want us to cover next. The road to financial independence is long, but every small step gets you closer to the life you want. Take that first step today.